Alright guys, so a new update. Honestly, the iPad, I just put it there. It's kind of unfortunate that like the entire rooms are just empty. You're supposed to use the iPads, even though they're kind of useful. Like they also just get out of orientation, so you're supposed to be looking at one wall, but then I think it's like showing you the other end. Got my Apple though, so it's all good. Anyways, for the rest of the visit or the rest of the kind of my time here, I'm probably just gonna try to look at the walls because there's also, like I'm about to show you, these kind of cool museums or these cool kind of exhibits. So like there's a few ones here. You have here the Royal Palace or something, and that's where the Revolutionary Court was, or the what was it called? The Parliament of Paris. That's where the kings basically high-class noblemen would also help him make decisions, but sometimes they would even resist him, so they kind of had a conflict. And also during the French Revolution, the Paris Parliament became the Revolutionary Tribunal, where 30 to 60 people were sentenced on average for execution per day, or that might have been a different tribunal, but anyways, here you have an image of the scene depicting the condemnation to execution of 20 people. It's crazy how many people they were killing during the terror. But yeah, I'm gonna actually go to the second floor, and one thing I'm definitely gonna show you guys is the cellar of Marie Antoinette, so where she was locked up, but that's at the very end. Alright guys, so what you see here, first of all, is the gift shop. So you got Marie Antoinette, of course, in the flesh. But the cool thing I like to show you, sorry about the noise, it doesn't have anything to do with the museum. But basically, that is the island where the Notre Dame Cathedral and all of these other places that are very significant are located. You can see the cathedral there and all that. And it's like so cool because obviously Paris is such a significant place and the real estate is crazy. But like literally this is a tiny island in the center of Paris. So you can imagine how expensive the real estate is. And most of the real estate is like federal museums and stuff like that. So you can't even really buy a house here. Alright guys, so we're currently in the prisoner's corridor. So as you can see, we have the rooms, but like I said, they're all empty. You have to pretty much look through with the iPad to see what was in there. It's interesting though because this type of prison mostly housed wealthy prisoners. So basically what the prisoners could do is they could book or pay for rent for a prison room, just like this one here, which would be more expensive than the regular rooms. And the guards that rented these rooms were quite corrupt, so they would make them pay rent for 30 days, but the prisoners would only stay here for 1 day because they would either be executed or released. So they were kind of just making a lot of money off of this resource. But yeah, even these cells that you can see here, the ones that you had to pay to get, usually had 3 beds in them, and it was really dirty. You had to go to the washroom in a bucket, so it was not really clean at all. And yeah, I'm on the second floor now, and I'm thinking I'm about to enter the cell of Marie Antoinette. So, alright guys, so I'm next in a really interesting room. This was obviously very heavily modified after. You can see we have a bunch of names on the wall, and those represent 4,000 people who were tried at the court that was located in this concierge, this big building. And not all of them were executed. Many of them were acquitted, but they just have all the names of people who had stayed at some point from 1795 in this prison. And yeah, you can see all of the names are written on the wall. Let's give a shout out to somebody. Gosset, Honoré Gosset, he was a cultivator. So my guy was just trying to farm and they just sent him to prison, so sucks. Alright guys, so I should have read the sign before I came, but it's actually really cool. So basically, you see the names are in red and black. Black means they were acquitted and red means they were executed. And you guys also see there's a difference in thickness of the names. Maybe if I go like that, you'll see better. So basically, there's 3 different levels. The thickest ones were nobility. The second ones were kind of bourgeois middle class, and then the ones that are like the thinnest are just the commoners. So it's a really cool way of identifying those who are tried. I think I'm mistaken. The Marie Antoinette prison is at the very end, but look at here. You have an image of Maxime Robespierre decapitating a prisoner himself by pulling the rope. And by the time of the Great Terror, which you guys must know about during the French Revolution, when people were getting killed so much, 4 out of 5 prisoners were condemned to death. Alright guys, so you guys just saw I exited from the room behind my shoulder just there, and that's where Marie Antoinette's room was. Basically, that's where she rested before her execution when she was here for 2 days during her trial. She might have been here for longer, but I know for the 2 days leading her to her trial from the 14th to the 16th of October 1793, I don't know, I keep on saying 19, she was in that room. And it's much different from what is shown in the picture, so I can actually show you guys. Oh, it's too bright. I might have to go outside, but I mean inside. But basically, it was split into two, and there was police guards or gendarme on one side, and then her bed was on the other side, so she was constantly monitored. So it was kind of funny. She would have really had a radical change of her lifestyle, because prior to she was living in lavish life. Now she only received like simple soups in rustic bowls. I think that's what it said, and had to like wear like ragged clothing. So that's a shame for her. Currently in a courtyard, I think, so you can see it's quite an impressive castle, multiple stories. And yeah, so I think I'm reaching the end of the visit, and I'll give you guys another update. And there you guys have it. So just wrapped up at the museum, or at the concierge. I'm kind of disappointed I didn't get to go to the chapel that I was talking to you guys about. Oh guys, look at that. That's really beautiful. Kind of a clock on the wall. But yeah, I couldn't go to the chapel, but it's okay, because actually the next time I come, I'll reserve a split space, which will save me more time. And then I'll also be able to go to the tomb of Napoleon at the same time, which is massive. I think I've already showed you guys it once. I wasn't able to go that time either. But yeah, I don't know if I said it, but I wanted to tell you guys just how nice the weather is. I'm lucky this time. Usually the weather isn't that good, but it is excellent. And now I'm gonna go to the Town Hall of Paris, and I want to see those Olympic rings. Alrighty everybody, so as promised, I'm here at the Town Hall of Paris. It's not just the town hall of one of the arrondissements. This is where the mayor of the entire city works. So you obviously see the Olympic rings, because the Olympics are going to be hosted here next year in the summer. That would be actually insane. I can't imagine how busy the city is going to be. It's already such a crazy city during normal times, but during the Olympics it'll be even crazier. I don't know what those other symbols are beside it, or the one just there. If you can see it beside the rings, maybe it's also another Olympic symbol. But yeah, you can see it's quite an impressive building. Unfortunately, it's not open to the public. I just asked, which kind of makes sense, but it is unfortunate, because I was looking from the entrance, and inside there seems to be just another massive courtyard. I think it's like just in general a very massive building. So yeah, anyways, it's a really cool atmosphere here. There's just a lot of big squares in the city, because it's a big city. And yeah, I might be going to another museum here, but like I said, I hate missing the train. So I'm definitely gonna try to get there early, so I might, or my guys, it's crazy, but you have people lining up like rats to get into the Louis Vuitton store. I hate Louis Vuitton if you can't tell already, but you gotta note that it's pretty crazy what they got going on here. So apparently that's one of the Japanese artists that is their main kind of collab person. I'm not even sure if this is a store or not, because it says here Louis Vuitton LVG. But anyways, we're at another of those high fashion shopping places, because even on this side you have, what is it called, Prada or something? Yeah, just over there. But yeah, that's the one thing. Personally, I don't subscribe to the high concentration and emphasis on fashion in the city, but you can't ignore it either.